If he didn't want to win in Edmonton, probably would have left a couple of years ago. He might have not even let it get to this point, because there were moments where it was like, all right, they lost in round 2 to the Golden Knights. Are they ever going to get over the hump?
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast, brought to you by BetMGM. I'm your host, Dan Powers, and with me, a man who creates side quests and storylines for the stuffed animals he still keeps on his bed in his mid to late 30s, Chris Powers.
As always, I think there's studies that you're smarter and more socially adjusted if you act out conversations between your stuffed animals in your 30s.
That I think you're right. I believe that was done by
Nurse Ratched,
Professor Christopher Powers at the University of Dumbfuckery in Williamsburg. You are a bitch and an idiot.
Well, when Moose hears you say that, he's going to be pretty pissed.
I can't believe you just hard launched Moose's name on the pod, dude. Now people know. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're watching and potentially listening, you can see that your boy is micless. I'm an idiot. I forgot my microphone. We had to fly back home for a funeral. So CP and I recording from Maine right now. And I don't have my mic. So I'm sorry if I sound like shit. Sorry if I look like shit. But if I look like shit, it's because of something that I want to rant and rave about. We're going to start this episode with a classic tantrum. I am telling you what, pal. I'm out on red eyes. We haven't taken a red eye in a long time.
Yep.
I don't like them. You can never get enough sleep. It's just a disaster. And frankly, if you're on a red eye and you don't absolutely need to be doing something within the next 4 hours of you landing and getting to your destination, you are a rat piece of shit. You don't belong on that plane. You're scum of the earth. There should be no reason to take a red eye unless you absolutely need to be at that place the next morning.
And had something in your current city that day. Like,
true.
Because either fly the day early and sleep at if you have something early, you sleep at the destination and you're there. But in circumstances, you need to be somewhere and then need to be in a whole new city in the morning.
Yep.
Which is why the flight exists. So take it. But the whole plane should be filled with those people. With that circumstance.
Completely agree. And to go off of that, dude, it should be illegal. It should be against the law to bring a child under age 6 onto a plane. I'm sorry. If you have kids, you can't fly. You can't.
Dude, I just want to say for everybody listening that if this wasn't obvious, there was a wailing, wild banshee, like siren, like the mer people in Harry Potter when they're out of water, wailing child on the red eye last night that we were on in our row, like across from me and like right in front of you.
Let me tell you, I almost committed a triple homicide on this plane. I'm dead serious. And
oh, I know.
And I'll tell you what as well. If I had actually been in their row, I probably would have swung on someone. That was the most disgusting nefarious.
You fake the flinch, you know? You fake the sleep flinch.
Oh yeah. Pretend it's reactionary, knock the fucking kid out.
Dude. You're like, oh, sir, sorry.
That was the most disgusting and nefarious behavior I've ever seen in my fucking life by a human child and then the parents. And shame on the fucking parents, dude. Honest to God, if I was in that row, I would have definitely said something. I try to be... my biggest... I am Captain Travel. I've said it on the pod. I've said it on the Instagram before. Like, I know how to travel and look like a dignified human being, and I try to pass on those lessons to all of you. And part of that is when someone's being a piece of shit on a plane, like this kid and the parents, you just shut up. Don't add to the chaos. But if I had been sitting next to them on this red eye and that rat pig piece of shit child was sitting next to me, I would have wrung its fucking neck and opened the emergency door and fired it out like a bag of trash down a chute in an apartment building. I hate this kid with the fire of 1,000 suns. And the fire of 2,000 suns is reserved for mom and dad because they didn't do fuck all. At one point, the dad got up and brought their fucking scumbag, banshee piece of shit child into the bathroom. Which I loved. And you said, never come out. You can never come out. Like it muffled.
Flush him.
It muffled that demon child screaming by like 50% volume. Yeah. He should have stuffed that fucking Uggo kid in the toilet. Dude. Close the lid. Press flush. It was insane, dude. You have a plane full of people trying their damnedest to sleep on this red eye, and your howling fuckface child is just ruining everyone's life. And at one point, this scumbag rat kid had the audacity to, in the midst of wailing, crying, go like this. Literally, he was screaming its head off, and then stopped to cough and clear its throat and get back to work. I was like, is this performative?
Yes, dude, it was.
You little pig.
Crying. It was screaming for screaming's sake, dude. When he paused to cough, dude, you know how when you're, this happens sometimes even when you're not on a red eye, but when your eyes are closed and you're just trying to sleep so hard, you're willing sleep into existence.
Dude.
You can't, and your eyes are closed and you won't open them because you're like, if I open them, it's over. If I just leave them closed, there's a chance I fall asleep. My eyes were closed. I was just like, this fucking motherfucker. I'm gonna kill this fucking kid. And then when he paused to cough, dude, I literally was like,
dude.
It's like, there's no way that this pig just wet his throat. He said, hey, stewardess, can I get some water?
It was a girl. It was a little girl.
Yeah, she's flight attendant. Can I get some water so I can wet my whistle so I can continue to fucking howl? Dude, in Arrested Development, when they're talking about Anyang and they keep saying his name and he's like, Anyang. And then Job is like, somebody tell this insufferable
silence this insufferable child. That's how I feel. I want this kid dead, dude. I want that kid dead. Never have we needed ancient Roman times more. Bring me to ancient Greece and throw this piece of trash off the cliffs where it belongs. And where I say, listen, people always ask, who is this on? Is it on the child or is it on the parent? I think it is on the parent, first and foremost. But you can also acknowledge when you have a devil child, when you have a scumbag kid, and this little girl belongs in the deepest pits of hell for being such a just dog shit human. But when that plane landed, I said, at the very least, I demanded a public apology from both mother and father. I wanted them to stand up at the front of that plane and turn around to everybody and go, excuse me, folks, I apologize. I apologize for being such a bad and useless parent that I let this son of a bitch scream her head off for 5.5 hours of this red-eye flight, and I didn't do anything. They provide you with blankets on that plane. Wrap that blanket around that fucking kid's head like a mummy. And stuff the alcoholic sanitizing wipe they hand you down its throat and shut this kid up.
Well, dude, you said it. There must be like baby, because I want it to be healthy here, but there must be baby like NyQuil or like baby.
Give me baby Benadryl, dude. Knock that kid out.
There's got to be something.
Knock it out.
Get the funnel out. Get the funnel out and pour it down her throat, dude. That's insane.
It was. And listen, everyone says, and I know we're going to get parents in the comments singing their sob story. Oh, you don't know how terrible it is. We feel way worse than anyone else. I believe that's the case with some of you. Clearly not with these two jamokes. They didn't give a shit. They didn't give a rat's. They just let it keep going. What happened to society, dude? What happened to challenging a man to a duel? What happened to make people pay for their sins? You just ruined the day. Not just the flight. Today, everyone's day's ruined because they couldn't get any shut-eye because your hellion wouldn't shut its stupid trap.
If they said we're going to open the back hatch of the plane and you and the dad had to Air Force One style fight, and if you win,
Great scenario.
The dad is kicked out and the kid is kicked out. The whole family is just sent out the back. But if he wins, you are dead. You are sent out the back and are dead. Would you go? I will duel you right now. Right, dude,
Chris, I would have willingly bare knuckle fought to the death and sentenced a married couple and their young infant child to death by hard ground for the sake of the rest of the 250 plus people on that flight.
For 2 more hours of sleep.
Just let me sleep, dude. Let me sleep. I'm telling you, brother, we are coddling kids too much these days. Like, what happened to just a stern, get the finger, point the finger in the kid's face and go, if you don't shut the hell up, Santa Claus will never come to this house again. Threaten them. Threaten that kid.
What if he grabbed her and put her stomach down on his lap, pulled her pants down, and then bare bottom started spanking her in front of everybody on the plane? What was
Chris, I think that would have made things exponentially worse. So I don't
dude,
like.
I can't even think about the decibel level she might have hit, Dad.
And then also, we're now watching a father spank the bare bottom of his young child on a plane, and I don't think that would have helped anyone.
Dude, there would have been an uproar. Someone would have got so mad about that. Here's a question for you.
Imagine the flight attendant running down the aisle and going, "Sir, put your daughter's pants back on."
She goes, "Sir, we have chloroform. Like, just use this. You don't just spank her.
Knock the daughter out." We're coddling kids. We're coddling kids too much.
Well, you said under 6 can't fly. I actually think that it's kid to kid, and you have to pass a test of some kind, where you would then you were given a certificate that you travel with, like a passport, where you're like, they go, how old is that baby? And you go, 4. And they go, do you have your certificate?
Yeah.
And I'm talking like this
the no scream certificate.
Yes, dude. And this kid has been put through shit, like pressure changes in its ear and like dark, like I want it to be like fucking haunted house, fucking epilepsy warning. And if the kid goes through it, dude, tight straight jacket. You're stuck in your seatbelt, pal. You're no moving, dude. There's a screen. And Bluey, they don't have Bluey. It's over. They only have fucking Lord of the Rings. Listen, of them. Put it on.
This is a more diplomatic solution. I want harder consequences these days. I've said it before. We talk about, you want to get steroids out of baseball, make it a lifetime ban. You want to stop people doing petty theft, bring back the fucking firing squad, pal. Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned hanging? Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned electric chair because you stole someone's horse down the street? You want to get rid of these bad things? Implement consequences. No more crying kids on planes. It's unacceptable. And here's the thing. When I have kids, I will legitimately never put their ass on a plane.
Ever.
Until they turn 6. I'm going to go, hey, here's a babysitter. Me and mom are going on vacation. You can sit your ass in front of the iPod, you squealing pig.
Yeah, because you were going to ruin my vacation anyway. All
you're going to ruin
vacation is ruin the whole trip.
You're going to ruin my flight and everyone else's. It's these kids, man. They got to be given... we could sit here and we could talk about bringing a good old-fashioned belt and a good old-fashioned backhand. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But I am saying threaten them. Threaten them with things they don't know yet. They believe in Santa. Tell them Santa's not coming. If any kids are in the car, sorry, pause. Santa's real. Santa's very real.
Well, he's not coming because they're crying on planes. He's real. He's just not coming because they're crying on planes.
Exactly. Santa won't come if you keep crying on a plane.
Dan, there's I think the consequence should be monetary. Like if you bring your kid on a plane because you go, I got my scream certificate. He's fine. Yeah. And then he wails or she wails like a banshee. You now have to pay for our tickets, everybody else on the plane, which is a significant
That's
spend.
Too much. That will bankrupt. No,
that's the risk, Dan. You want to stop crying?
Yeah, then they're not coming. Then they're not flying.
Coming.
Yeah, you better be damn confident.
Your kid.
Damn confident in your kid if you're going to bring him on that flight.
And personally, Dan, I don't think it's a zero. I don't think it's a zero game. Like, you know how if you're underage and if you blow a point on one, like I think the kid can make some noises, but we need to figure out the line. Can we role play actually? Can we role?
Yeah. Do it. Let's do it. Let's try.
Okay, I'm a baby. I'm a baby in the middle seat in row 8.
Okay.
And I'm an 8 B, and you are in
Okay.
8D, the aisle across the row.
8D aisle across the row, and you're in the middle seat. Okay, am I trying to sleep?
Yep.
Okay. And what's the scenario here? Like, do I eventually have to like ring a bell when I think enough is enough?
Yeah. And was your policy red eye only, or is it any flight?
Listen, I
What
want
about
it.
bansheeing and it's like noon?
I don't mind. I really genuinely, if it's a business hours flight and a baby starts crying, I really don't care. Unless it goes on for like an hour plus. Then I'm like, dude, this is just torture. But like if a baby starts crying for here and there, or a kid starts crying here and there, frankly, it's the kids that piss me off. A baby crying, I'm like, that's a baby, dude. Well, what is that baby supposed to do? But once you're
Be on this plane.
yeah, like once you're 1.5, that's still kind of a baby. Once you're 2, I'm done. If words are coming out of your mouth, this little fuck was speaking words.
Yep.
And that's why I was like, I hate you. If you were speaking a language, then yeah, it's bad.
Okay, ready?
So what's the scenario? Am I ringing a call bell when I think enough is enough?
Yeah, it's a red eye.
Okay, all right.
ready?
Here we go. Hold on.
That's not too much.
Hold on, keep going.
Okay,
Hold on.
that's too much.
Yeah. Hi. Sorry. Please. Just go ahead and throw that baby off. the plane.
No. We're paying for your flights.
I'm sorry. I know. I understand. I'm being compensated. Please throw that baby off the plane. Yeah. Is it the emergency door right there? Just throw it out, or the toilet. Toilet's fine too. Thank you so much.
Okay, role play number 2.
Okay.
I want Bluey. No, son. It's the red eye, and we can't have the TV on. I want Bluey. No. We watched Bluey. We said screen time was enough. Bluey. Son, stop. Okay.
Okay.
No.
Well done.
No.
Well done, Dad. Well done, Dad.
Okay.
Because here's the thing on that one. Dad tried the whole time.
Yep.
Immediate request for Bluey. Dad was like, "No, listen, we're going to sleep." Well done, Dad.
And it didn't get too loud. It didn't get too long.
No, listen. I was noticing.
Okay, here's my last one. Role play number 3.
Last role play.
And this is just like this is a non-talking child.
Okay.
This is like a 6-month-old, and it's just this. But Dan, it's the whole time. Okay.
And I'm just trying to sleep.
Yeah, it's just this the whole time.
What the fuck was that noise? Okay. All right, hold on. Keep going. This is what I do. Just shut up.
Dude, I don't think you get compensated anymore if you kill it, though.
Taken care of. Situation taken care of.
Dude,
Don't look away. Everyone look away.
I don't think you get compensated for your ticket anymore if you kill it, though. I think they're like, you are going to jail, and then you're also not being refunded for your plane ticket.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Toast. Had to do it.
Oh my
Got too intense.
I get it.
Got too intense.
I get it.
Well, listen. That was a lot. We made it here, but no thanks to that kid. And I'm saying something needs to change. But there are things to celebrate. It is September, which means meaningful hockey is back in our lives. So we're going to kick it to some tiers real quick. We decided to do a preseason tiering of NHL teams. We're going to kick it to that. We're hanging out in the bar. We're going to get our tiers ripped up, and we'll see where your favorite team lands. So what do you say, CP? Let's kick it to the tiers of NHL teams.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Babes, you know by now that we are teamed up with BetMGM, the number one sports book in the world, and we've got action flying galore. We've got NFL back, baby. We are so back. It is unbelievable. As you are listening to this episode, the Eagles are kicking off against the Dallas Cowboys. So you're getting in on all of that NFL action. As you've heard me say, European football is back. That is my absolute favorite. We got Premier League ripping. You know I'm going to be hitting all these Chelsea bets every single weekend. We do have an international break this weekend, though, so don't worry about that. But that means you get to focus on baseball, which means you get to focus on Big Fly Friday. You pick any player in the MLB to hit a home run on Friday, and if they go yard and theirs is the longest dinger on that Friday, you get put in a pot to win $50K. Unbelievable. And if you sign up right now with promo code NETTERS, NETTERS, you can bet up to $1,500. And if you lose it all, it goes right back into your account. 1,500 smackers of bonus bets when you sign up with that promo code NETTERS. Do it today and get on board. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
It's the summer months and we're talking NHL. It is time to tier rank NHL teams heading into this season. Do you want to go bottom up or
Good question.
top down?
I think we can just kind of go team.
Let's go team by team.
We'll just tier them up.
Wow, I love that. We're going to go team by team. Let's go alphabetically, I think.
Okay.
All right,
I like that.
alphabetically, we're going to go team by team. Let me see here. Let's get the NHL.com up here and let's get our teams.
You do it.
I actually know exactly how I want to do this, okay? Start with the Anaheim Ducks. All right, Anaheim Ducks. We've got S, A, B, C, D, F. Going into this year, I will not go lower than C. I think the Ducks are making the playoffs. And I'm also talking about their future.
Yeah.
I'm going B.
B? No, I think the Ducks are a C tier team to start. We just got to put them here, dude. And then,
okay to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
to
the
start,
Ducks are C tier.
But I want it.
But they're on the bubble, dude.
I want it heard.
They're on the bubble 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Boston Bruins up next. I feel like C tier is probably right around where I want them to be. Because here's the deal.
Could they be D?
They could be D, but the problem is they've got all-stars.
Yeah.
They've got
They have
all-stars.
Pasta and Sway and Charlie.
They have Pasta, Sway, and Charlie. Geeky's buzzing. They just drafted Hagens. They've got a new coach.
Forgot about Hagens.
They've got a lot of picks.
I'm going C.
Now. I think C.
I'm going
they
C.
belong at C.
Hagens is about to be a fucking superstar.
I completely agree. Buffalo Sabres. I hate to do it, brother.
Do it, Dan.
I genuinely think we might be talking to F here.
And by the way, not to get ahead of our skis, but we don't have to like fill everything evenly distributed. Like I, in fact, think, and you can push back on me later, but I, in fact, think there is literally one S tier team in the league.
Wow.
I don't think there's going to be many teams up there.
Yeah, I like that.
So we don't need a lot of Fs. So if there's someone worse than the Sabres,
there might only be one or two F teams. Like I don't know that we need to kill the Sabres just yet, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. They have so many good players.
I know we just said about the Bees. We're like they have all stars.
Darlene, Tucky, Tage.
Tage is going to score 50 fucking goals.
Let's go D because for how much talent they have, it is unforgivable how poor they are.
Sabres D tier.
Calgary Flames. Interesting one here. I love a lot of guys on this team. They keep missing playoffs. But looks like they're about to lose Raz.
But have Wolf, though.
They do have Wolf. They do have Weeks.
You know?
They do have Zary.
So maybe, dude, they actually were really surprising to me last year.
I know, but are we going to say that they're better than the Ducks? That they're better than the Bruins? They're better than the Bruins.
Yeah. And wasn't last year?
Can we show Calgary some love here and throw them in B?
Last year, they finished tied with the Blues.
15th. They're right in the middle.
And the Ducks were 16 points behind them. We were like, the Ducks are so close to the playoffs. I think we minimum have to go C. I would go B.
I said, yeah, that's right where we're living.
Flames. B tier.
We're by even with them losing Anderson, which is about to happen.
Yeah.
We're going B.
I like that.
Damn,
I
I
like
like it
that.
too. I love that as well. Okay, moving on from Calgary, we got the Carolina Hurricanes. I'll tell you what, pal, if this ain't S, it's A.
Oh, interesting. It's an A lock for me.
A lock, and I hate to do it because I love the man. I do love the man. I can't give them S because of Freddie Anderson.
Yeah.
I also would like a little bit better on second line center.
Yeah.
S is not in the cards.
But
A.
they have done, and I don't mean this in a negative way to portray what might happen, but they have done, and they did it way smarter.
Yeah.
But they have done what the Predators did last summer, where I was like, oh boy. And obviously that blew up for Nashville.
Yeah.
But this, I'm like,
No, the construction.
this is exciting.
The construction of this team, and also the way they navigated the Mikko Rantanen nonsense.
Dude, we've said this ad nauseum, but I could not emphasize it hard enough.
Love the Carolina Hurricanes.
I'm
They're
going
an
A. I'm going A for now.
They're an A, and they're knocking on the door of an S.
Yep. We might revisit that
Yeah.
by the end of
They're
this
an A.
video.
Chicago Blackhawks F. Not even close for me. I think everything about them is that locker room is an absolute disaster. Although they did just extend Frank to a great deal.
Yes. And couldn't they be better this year? Like, I think
I would
Bedsy will
hope so.
be like, hopefully not as hurt and just past the sophomore year is always a weird year in the NHL.
Yeah.
So he's past that. Plus,
Hopefully a bit of an attitude change.
you're kind of getting, they have all these fucking young prospects
are
that haven't been
sick.
playing.
Like I
that
just
now
said,
I'm like, here you go.
Frank's new contract, I think he's going to be like, dude, I'm a star on
Yeah.
this team now.
Like, now you got
I think they'll be
guys.
going up. But listen, if we're going to put someone in F, it is the Hawks. For
Okay.
me. So sorry, Blackhawks, you're still clawing. Colorado Avalanche, this one's very interesting. Big Olofsson signing.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, love.
Yep.
Love that in their bottom six.
I want to go A for sure. I think
Avs fans are going to lose their fucking collective marbles if they're not A.
I was just going to say, I genuinely don't believe they have an argument for S. I think any Avs
Are
fans,
you?
it's like,
I think you are high as a kite, Avs fans, if you think you belong in S tier.
So I'm going A, and there's a chance that they are a B tier.
I think they're B. I think they're B. I discussed this on Hockey Talk the other day. I think this team is still drunk off of their they're Bowen Byram. They're still drunk off their Stanley Cup victory, and they're like, they are a contender, but they're like, we are a top 2 contender every single year. You can barely get past the
losing
first
the first
round.
round every fucking year.
And I'm telling you, I think every season they've got these guys buzzing. They're so good. Landy is back. That is huge.
Yes.
But they run into these good teams in the playoffs and they lose. And they go, well, we are only 1 win away. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. You still lost. I think that their defense and goaltending, I love the Woods, but I also don't think the Woods are dense enough. I think that they've been
It's pine.
they have been killed by Hexus.
Yep. God. Ferngully reference.
I think that they.
You shitting me?
I'm happy to put them A, but
No.
I think that they are literally like they're getting pushed off. Their heels are on the ledge of A, about to drop down.
Hanging around. Let's go B, and we'll
Wow,
revisit.
you're going to give me.
We're
B.
going to go B and revisit.
Okay, we'll revisit. Columbus Blue Jackets. Love this
Me
team.
too.
I absolutely love
Me
this
too.
team.
And I would say there's an argument that we made about the Flames.
If we're going Flames at B, I think we have to go Columbus at B.
That's what I'm saying.
They are, no disrespect, they are a pretty solid goaltender away from a lock playoff team as far as I'm concerned.
But wasn't that maybe lightning in a bottle last year?
I think that there's
couldn't they if they regress, would you be like, oh my God?
No, I would not.
Yeah.
I would not. There is a chance that they were riding on highs.
Yeah.
But I love the way, again, they've got so many great young players who are only getting better. Kirill came out, blew everyone's tits off last year. I think we can go C, and I want a heavy revisit on that.
I think we have to put them B for now if the Flames are B.
They were 5 spots below the Flames in the standings. They finished 20th.
Yeah, but just conference-wise, though, like Flames and Blue Jackets, first team out.
Yeah.
Flames tied with points, Blue Jackets 2 points back, same amount of wins. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going B. I'm going
Okay.
B for now.
I like it. The Dallas Stars.
This is a pretty easy A for me. I think they're a great team. I think they have studs everywhere.
Yeah.
I think they have a better roster than the Avalanche, who we were saying is like clinging
I think
to the edge of
I
A.
think that they do too. I agree.
And-
Like if
I know that they fucking every fucking year, here we go again, and like the window's closing and stuff, but they have, I don't know how many times we have to say this, the roster composition with the guys that they've built in the pipeline. And JD says it to us all the time. They're not tough enough, and probably true. Like they got bullied by the Oilers, and they would have got their fucking brains bashed in Negan style against the Panthers.
It's
So
true.
they got issues, but that is an A team in this league.
They are. I think they are worse than last year, which is tough because of losing Granlund, and also you've got Ben and Sagan a year older, but you've got a full season of Mikko Rantanen. You've got a little bit older Wyatt Johnston, older Jason Robertson. You know, I think it's hard not to say A.
Yeah.
I am disappointed in you, Dallas, though. I want it very clear. I am disappointed.
100%.
Detroit Red Wings. I want them B,
And I'm sorry.
but you're a C.
And
However,
I'm sorry.
Gibson, amazing addition.
I'm thrilled about that. too.
Amazing addition. That's going to get them better. But as a massive Detroit Red Wings stan, I'm the biggest Dylan Larkin guy in the hockey world. It time's up. Playoffs, or get the fuck out.
Dude, we said that last year. We said that.
No. We did not say playoffs or get the fuck out, but we were like, you gotta want to be in it. It wasn't get the fuck out. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was playoffs, or you're in fucking probation.
Yes,
Now
and
it's
you're in
playoffs.
probation.
Now it's
You're
playoffs,
on
so
probation.
You're fired.
And because of that, you have been given a C.
You're on a PIP.
Yeah.
Dude, yes, this is correct. And that's all I have to say about that.
Edmonton Oilers.
Interesting one here, because they have, well, you could field I honestly think that Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid could join our beer league team,
And we would make the NHL playoffs.
and we would be an A in on the tiers.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they're that good. Those two guys are literally that good. Obviously, we think there's work to be done on the goaltending front, whether it's in-house and they get it together or they bring someone in. Obviously, we have been a little critical of the money distribution for an Evan Bouchard and those three guys. Let's see what happens with Connor. But man, every year, or the last 2 years, I feel like that team has flaws and they don't. They don't have quite enough to get past the Panthers, but fuck, who does? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to knock the Oilers for saying you couldn't beat the Panthers.
Yeah, the
'Cause I'm
Panthers are insane.
Well, they fucking beat everyone else, including plenty of teams that everybody, well, a lot of people, including me, thought were better than them.
Yeah.
And they handled them. So I'm like, if I'm tiering teams, if I'm thinking the fucking Stars and A, and I'm like, the Oilers ragdoll the Stars.
Ragdoll them.
Every fucking time they play them. So I'm like, they have to be an A.
Yeah, to me is weirdly I would say it's S or A, but I am like, well, no, B can be considered here too.
I know,
because
it's weird.
They lost Connor Brown. They did bring in Mangiapane. They brought in Curtis Lazar, Isaac Howard.
But they've had a
came
weird,
over.
I forgot about that.
But again, like Isaac Howard, people are boosting Isaac Howard so much. We have no idea what Isaac Howard is going to be. They didn't address the goalie situation. So I don't know.
Connor lingering. They had a weird summer. It's an A for me. It's an A for me.
Has to be an A.
It's an A for me.
Absolutely has to be an A. Florida Panthers, S, move on.
One team in the league, I think. Literally.
S, move on, and it's not even a
After the
question.
most savage summer of all time, too. Like, in terms of how did this happen?
Yeah.
Like, how are they locked up? And
S,
now
move on.
fucked?
I genuinely think they are the best constructed roster of the last 30 fucking years. It's not even
They stay
close.
healthy. It's bad.
The Los Angeles Kings. B or C here?
Yeah. And I think I want to go B because of the way they played the regular season last year, but the playoffs, man, were very discouraging.
Kick in the dick. You lost to a Stanley Cup final team, Western Conference champions, but you lost in horrific fashion.
I got to go B, though. Just looking at the teams where we have them right now, like, I think the Kings, the Ducks could come up, but I think the Kings are
You locked up Kuzi.
better than the Flames and the Blue Jackets.
You locked up Kuzi. You got Corey Perry and Joel Armia in here. You brought in Cody Ceci on a 4-year deal. Brian Dumoulin on a 3-year deal. A lot of vets on the decor now. This team is better or worse? You lost Jordan Spence. Insane.
Insane.
Ken Holland, what is going on, pal?
Yeah.
But I do think this team is still a B. Very hard to score against. They're going to continue to be that. I think you lost Gavrikov, which was fucking brutal.
I know. I'm going B, though.
I think B, there's a chance we're being generous.
Yep.
But
B,
I think
revisit.
B. Minnesota Wild.
Ooh. Maybe B. But I think they want to be A, dude. I think they're trying to get the Avs down. They're pulling the Avs legs off the A shelf and trying to climb up their body and get into the A slot themselves. But I know we have Avs in B right now, but I'm saying that's kind of in the limbo.
I think they're I think they're B. I think it's crazy to think that they have a conversation. You know, they finished 13th last year.
Okay.
I don't think they did much, right? You know, you Tarasenko. That's
Yep.
great.
But good point.
I
I just think they were on pace. Like before Crow got hurt, they were like, we are the 1 seed. He's MVP.
they're nasty.
You know, like I think if in another universe, the Wild are a 1 seed last year.
Yeah. God, I can't wait to watch Boyan play. B, and I think that's respectable.
Yep.
The Montreal Canadiens.
They've earned a B. They have earned a B.
They talk about exciting teams in the NHL.
Yeah. I mean, if the fucking Blue Jackets and Flames are B, the Habs are a B. Like the Habs.
No
are,
doubt.
Yeah.
Like the Habs are,
Yep.
I mean, I think they're flirting with A, pal.
No, not yet.
I think, but that's why I said flirt.
Yep.
I think they're flirting with it. They're making fuck me eyes at it.
Yeah.
And I think people need to understand that.
Yep.
You know what is really funny? When you think of the Habs and think about how young they are, you would think that they have tons of cap space and they're up against it. And everyone forget like one more year, but that fucking 10.5, that 10.5 carry price.
Dagger.
That is imagine how good this team would be.
Dude, if they had 10.5 mil.
Imagine how fucking good they would be if they had 10
Soon.
more million to spend.
They're a B this year.
And the way that credit to that goddamn organization with Hughes, with St. Louis, the way that they're getting these sick fucking players to sign for less than 8 mil. God damn.
Yep.
Fantastic. B, again, goo eyes at A.
Yeah.
Goo eyes at A. The Nashville Predators. This, for me, is going to be our second D.
I think, unfortunately, I think they have to go there, but I'm still so delusional about them.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I'm
are.
like, this year, it's going to be
You
good.
are, but fucking hell, I look at that goddamn team, and you know they similar to Boston. We're like they got all stars. This team has Forsberg, Yossi, and Saros.
Yeah.
Like they have in every position they have great stuff. And yeah, you've got 35-year-old Stamkos, 34-year-old Marchessault, 34-year-old Ryan O'Reilly. Didn't get it done last year.
Just not
And after that, it's like Michael Bunting.
Yeah.
It's like it's a pretty steep drop off after those 4, and 3 of those 4 are getting pretty old. So
Yeah, D.
I love the addition of Haig. I love that. I like Perbix on this team too, but you're going D, but that's a prove it D. That's like hey, you guys were dickheads last year.
Yep.
Let's see what you can do. New Jersey Devils.
Fuck.
This one's
What's fucked is I want to go A. And
I don't hate you for that.
I want to go A, but I know currently Kings and Avalanche fans are like, what, dude?
Yeah, we have Avs at B right now.
But I kind of want to go A.
I mean, the Devils.
Markstrom, nasty.
We
need health. We need help.
We were saying last year, Devils Dallas Stanley Cup final would be electric, and then Jack dies, and it's all over.
I need it. Give me A.
Do we think? I mean, their roster's phenomenal, but Jack, after his 99-point year,
He needs health, dude.
if this fucking guy who is a top player in the league, but if he doesn't stay healthy and perform, we're now in you're never doing it, dude. You did it once.
It does suck how much that hurt them too.
Oh,
Like
horrible.
obviously he's that good, but you'd like to think we could just be okay, and it was like you're dead.
But there's, to me, God, I love Connor Brown on that team. I forgot about that.
Give me A, dude.
I don't know if I can give them
We're going A. We're going A.
Wow. Okay, fine. That's crazy, but fine. The New York Islanders.
A C for me, I think.
I think that's right. And I think that they are the epitome of C.
Yeah,
like
they always
I
have been.
think, what did they finish last year? Like
I gotcha.
15, 16? Or Jesus, 23. Tough.
Yep.
Their roster is
35, 35, and 12.
yeah.
C.
They are the epitome of C.
C. I love Schaefer, though. Thrilled.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Yep.
I like what they, Yzerman too. Like I like
Yep.
what's going on there.
Yep.
C, and I won't even discuss lower.
Yeah.
Islanders, I like the future. New York Rangers, I think right there with them.
C.
I
think that's right.
You guys are also living in this middle ground of just, what are we doing? We traded Kreider.
You're the Bruins. Put the Bruins in C. You're C.
You've got Chesty. You've got Fox. You've got Panarin.
And Laffy.
But Panarin's older, and yeah, I think you are also the epitome of C.
Yeah, I think that is right, and I'm actually excited to watch them this year because if they are awesome this year, I will be. The funniest narrative is that we hate the Rangers, and it's only because we hate your guys' perception of the Rangers. If people would just go like this, Laffy's got some spark. I'm excited. I think he can be good. I'd be like this. I agree because I do. It's just the Laffy's 120-point guy, and you're so dumb. That I'm like, okay.
What's wrong with you guys?
So I'm excited to watch the Rangers this year.
Agree. Ottawa Senators, to me, this is I got a stamp, right? Mm-hmm. B.
Really?
Yeah. You think A?
No. I thought maybe there was C.
Are you out of your mind? Are you outside your mind?
I thought maybe it was going to be a C, a hard C+.
No way. This team's fantastic.
Hard C+.
This team's fantastic. Tim Stützle, Brady Tkachuk, Dylan Cousins, Drake Batherson, Bathman. They got Zetterlund, don't forget, last year. And Shane Pinto, our fucking boy. And then you got Sandy, you got Chabby, you got Zub on the defensive end, you got Olmark in net.
Right.
They made the playoffs last year.
You're right.
They almost upset the Maple Leafs. They almost took them to 7.
You're right.
This team's fantastic. B.
Yep.
And we said Montreal's making fuck me eyes at A.
Yeah.
I think Ottawa's blowing kisses at A.
Yeah.
They're a fantastic and exciting team. The Philadelphia Flyers.
C, maybe D.
I don't think I can go D.
But I think C.
The Flyers also, you look at their contract structure, it's fantastic.
And they've got some fun guys.
Like you get Tippett at $6.2 million. Come on.
Yeah.
I think Sanny's amazing. I think Cam York is amazing. I need their defense or their goaltending.
Yeah, right. The Fed. Come on, Fed.
I know.
Do your job.
They got Vladar.
Do your job. Oh yeah.
And
C.
I love Darth
Let's go
Vader.
C.
I think C. And also, Mitchkov's great.
He's the man.
I like how they're drafting.
Yep.
I'm interested in this team. So C. And I think that's good.
Yep.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, fuck.
To me,
I think you have to maybe go D.
wow. Really? So long
I
as
don't know.
Sidney Crosby breathes oxygen on this planet, can we possibly put them as a D? But people forget, 24th in the league last year. They're bad.
I know, dude.
They're
Every
bad.
fucking team makes playoffs. It's like,
and did they get worse? Is that's the real conversation that we have to have here. Are the Pittsburgh Penguins worse than they once were?
Than last year, you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm hard pressed to put the Flyers at C and the Penguins at D.
If I'm looking at the trajectory of the two teams, the Flyers are in a much better spot.
Agree.
And what did they finished 5 spots away from each other? Flyers 29th, Pittsburgh 24th. I think that's fair. If the Flyers are C, can Pittsburgh possibly be D?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either
I'm going
because
Penguins.
Sidney Crosby lives.
Yeah, C.
Sidney Crosby lives.
C for the
they
captain.
have to be a C. San Jose Sharks.
They should be. It's tricky because it's the vibes. It's A, obviously.
The vibes are A.
But they're still bad.
Yes, they are not good.
I think you have to go D.
Yeah.
In terms of competing this year, if I'm looking at the league, I'm like, you are a D team.
Yeah, like they got Jeff Skinner in the group now. You love that.
You could talk me into a C.
You got Grundy. You got Ryan Reeves there now. Orlov's there now. Orlov, Letty, and Klingberg, dude. Like they just brought in. Like get to that cap floor.
Are you trying to talk me into C, or do you want D?
No, they have to be a D.
I think so.
They have to be a D, but vibes are the biggest A plus
A.
you have ever seen. The Seattle Kraken.
Ooh.
Massively disappointing last year.
Yeah, the last two I would argue.
Massively disappointing last year. Finished 27th in the league last year.
I almost want to go fucking D there, dude.
They have a lot of guys. Big year for Beniers.
Yeah.
Like we need Beniers to step up. I want to see McCann get back to that place that he once was. Kako was very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget they got Mason Marchment. Can slide into a top 6 role, be very solid.
C?
I think D, dude. I think we're being too generous. Like this team, I like some of the moves they made. I love Philip Grubauer, but this team, again, 27th last year.
You're going to have to show me something.
And like, I don't think their injuries were that bad.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to have to show me something.
They were just bad.
Yep.
And so they're getting PP whacked.
Yep.
A PP whack D. St. Louis Blues.
Ooh. I think you got to go B. Out of respect. They made the playoffs. They made a run at it.
They made the playoffs.
Monty's there. Yeah, I actually feel good about B.
I think that they're B, but I don't think it's like a lock B.
Me neither. But just looking at where we have other teams right now, I'm like, the Blues are a B team, and they're going to be in the mixer.
Yeah.
If there's another one where, like, if they regress,
I think
actually with Monty, I would be shocked.
they're getting Broberg back. That Broberg injury was brutal.
Yep.
The way Cam Fowler performed, but people have been talking about their defense for years. Torrey Krug's obviously that's a devastating blow, but Justin Falk's kind of showing his age. Pareko's still great, but no, he's still great. I'll give a B, but I think that's generous. To
We'll
be
revisit.
perfectly honest. They're getting a Monty B.
Yeah.
As far as
exactly.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
I want to go A, and I think I have to revisit some other teams. In fact, I know I do, but I think I want to go A.
I think they kind of have to be A for me. This team has Nikita Kucherov, Braden Point, Jake Gensel, Brandon Hagel, Anthony Cirelli, all on their team.
Hedman.
Like that, come on. Like this is a very good team.
Yeah. Like I would
They've
have
got
loved.
Connor Geeky coming up as well. And yeah, they've got Hedman, they've got McDonough still.
Let's go A.
I think A. I think it has to be A. Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'm going A.
Have to be
I'm going A. 100%.
Have to be A. I don't care about Mitch Marner.
Me neither.
I think they have to be A. Utah Mammoth.
Ooh.
Disappointing season.
Oh.
Finished what?
And everyone's got them. The projections
Mammoth.
last year were so good. The projections this year are so good, but I kind of feel like you have to go C.
Utah Mammoth finished 19th. Not terrible.
I would hear a B.
I think C is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
But again, love JJ Peterka on this team.
No, that's an exciting team. It was exciting last year. Injuries kind of derailed.
Love JJ Peterka on this team. Dylan
Also, they needed
Guenther
the
was
year
a
to get
fucking
settled,
weapon last year. They've got such a good contract structure too. They've got Peterka, Clayton Keller, and Guenther, right?
Yep.
23, 27, 22. Respectively, 7.7, 7.1, 7.15, 7.14.
Yeah.
All signed at least until 2028. I mean, pretty special stuff.
Yeah.
Sergachev, Jersey, both healthy. C.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to make playoffs.
Yep.
And I like that about them. Vancouver Canucks. Besser coming back monstrous.
B.
B?
Yeah.
Really?
What do you think?
I think I would have gone C probably.
I just think they're better than, like, is Demko going to play? I don't know, but like,
he signed a contract. He fucking
Yeah.
better play if they're giving him an
I just
extension.
think they're better than the Wings and the Rangers and the Bruins and the Islanders.
They should be. If Elias Pettersson has a big year, Brock Besser is healthy, has a big year. They've got Evander Kane in there now. God knows how that's going to work.
They got Quinn Hughes and Demko.
They have Quinn Hughes and Philip Hronik. Marcus Pettersson's a great little player.
Let's go B.
I'm okay with B.
Let's go B.
I'm okay with B. The Vegas Golden Knights.
A.
A lock. Are they S? Sounds crazy.
Got Marner.
We didn't give Edmonton an S. Didn't give Carolina an S. Are they S?
They get Marner. I mean, the Aiden Hill is a
They
question.
get Marner. They are down Petrangelo, and they lost
yeah.
Haig.
I'm going A.
Has to be A,
I'm
right?
going A. Yeah.
Washington Capitals.
I think they deserve an A, but God, they could be.
The way they played last year, finished second in the league, 111 points. Phenomenal team performance, everything. I am not entirely sure that did they run on vibes?
And the OB record and shit.
And like you also look at it. It's like I look at their, Protas is so good. McMichael is so good. Obviously, you've got Ovi, you've got Dubois, PLD, who had a great year with them. Wilson, I think, is one of the more important players in the world. Chikrin was so disgusting. Signs his new deal with them. I think Caps fans would go nuts if we don't go A.
But. Or no but.
I don't think there's a but.
No but.
But I am going to tell you, Caps fans.
Yeah, be careful.
You're teetering.
Be
too.
careful.
Like you're just on the A platform.
Okay.
And to finish us off, the Winnipeg Jets.
They'd have to be A.
I think they have to be A.
Yeah.
Lost Ehlers, that's brutal. But the Winnipeg Jets are an A.
So, Dan, for me, I think...
Show me what our tier looks like.
S tier, Panthers. A tier, Canes, Stars, Oilers, Devils, Lightning, Leafs, Vegas, Caps, Jets.
A lot of the A teams, I don't like the Devils on there. I really think that's crazy. I think the Devils have to be bumped down to B.
Devils down to B. B tier, Devils, Flames, Avalanche, Blue Jackets, Kings, Wild, Habs, Sens, Blues, Canucks. I think the Avalanche has to go up.
Yeah. Like Avs and Devils were an obvious swap. Like when we were doing that, we were both drunk. But the Avs, you're PP whacked too.
Oh, yeah. The Avs and Caps, I'm like, careful.
Yeah.
Kings, you okay?
Hold on, give me that B one more time. Now the Avs are in A, Devils are in B.
Devils, Flames, Blue Jackets, Kings, Wild, Habs, Sens, Blues, Canucks. Kings and Devils fans are mad.
Well, are mad?
Yeah.
No,
Kings.
I think Kings. I actually think Kings fans are very aware, self-aware. Yeah. They are a B. Devils fans, if you're saying you should be A, I think you need a recalibration as well. The big ones for me are the Canucks up here. Feels
you want to go down. Canucks.
It feels like they could certainly be a C.
I love it. Okay, C tier: Canucks, Ducks, Bruins, Red Wings, Islanders, Rangers, Flyers, Penguins, Mammoth.
I think that's a fantastic C tier.
Could Ducks go up?
Oh, no.
Flames and Blue Jackets up there?
The Ducks, so what you said to me earlier about the Blue Jackets, would you be shocked if the Ducks slip a little bit?
No, but I'd be more shocked than I would if the Blue Jackets.
I agree with that, but you wouldn't be shocked is what I'm saying. You'd be surprised.
I want to put them in B.
I think that's too much.
I'm putting them in B.
No. You cannot put the Anaheim Ducks.
They belong in B.
Who finished 25th in the league last year.
They belong in B.
I think they're going to be in B, but it's right now. We need to see them do it.
Okay. D tier. Sabres, Preds, Sharks, Kraken. Sounds about right.
I think that sounds about right.
F tier, Hawks.
Yep. I think that there's some interesting ones here in the middle, but I feel like that's a good tier lock, and we're gonna stand by it.
Yep. Let us know what you think.
Yep. Let us know in the comments. Feel free to roast us.
Listen, if you're unhappy with those tiers, sound off in the comments. But if you're unhappy with them, you're incorrect because those tiers were fucking perfect.
I think they're perfect tiers. I think they're absolutely perfect tiers.
I think those tiers were fucking perfect. So why don't you marinate on that? We're going to take an ad break, and then we'll be back. All right, I want to talk to you guys about the HOF app because this thing has been a blast. You know, we got hockey right around the corner, but football's back. We're working with Dr. Locks. He's got me on all kinds of stuff, and he cooked up a parlay for me in the college football opening weekend. And I was rooting for Miami because I always want Miami to win. But he cooked up a parlay that had Notre Dame as the last leg. And I got on board because it was a hedge and it was okay. And then you lose, right? I lose my parlay on the last leg. Happens every time. And now I've got the HOF app. And now this will never happen again because they have a parlay optimizer. And this is a game changer because it tells me which legs to keep, which ones to get rid of. And now I'm going to be hitting these things. I'm going to wind up on a beach. Dr. Locks are going to be on a beach because of this. Okay. The football is hard for me to watch. The product's not good. I'm ready for the NHL, but it's going to help me there too. All right. Because this, right before the game, 5 minutes before the game, I know that if I haven't placed a bet, it doesn't matter because the HOF app is going to have me dialed. All right. It's got powerful analytics. They're right at your fingertips, and it's the go-to for building parlays, but doing all kinds of stuff. It improves your chances of winning by using data, by using grades, matchup grades, trends, highlights, insights. That's why it was awesome. Its HOF app was created by Ivy League sports geeks, okay? I want Ivy League sports geeks helping me. That helps me become smarter. It's awesome. There's instant insights. It's so easy to use, by the way. It's like, I don't need to know the math or the stats. HOF app is designed to be easy for me to use, and I'm just a regular sports fan. I'm just a hockey guy, okay? So, for a limited time only, our listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, but also they get 50% off their first month when they use code NETTERS. That's NETTERS at checkout. So just download that HOF app on iOS or Android, enter that code NETTERS, and you are all set.
We are back, and we've got a special guest joining us straight from the land of the oil. Tyler Yaremchuk of Oilers Nation is coming on. Did I just say Nation?
I think so.
I kind of did. Oilers Nation, my bad. Coming on the pod because here's the deal. It is September 3rd at the time of recording. It's September 4th when you guys are listening to this. But if you know the Oilers well, you know that September 3rd, 2024 is the date when Leon Draisaitl signed his extension. And if you put your ear to the ground right now, there is no extension for Connor McDavid yet signed. I don't know. Does that say something? Does that say something, Chris? What do you think?
Maybe.
So we figured it only makes sense to bring on an Oilers diehard and Oilers expert, our good friend Ty, joining us to talk what is going on with Connor McDavid. Let's get him on right now. Right now, we are being joined by our number one favorite Oilers expert, Tyler Yaremchuk of Oilers Nation, our good buddy. We wanted to bring you on specifically because do you know what this day a year ago marks?
Yeah, it was the Leon Draisaitl extension, and I was kind of hoping this would be the 1-year anniversary of another big announcement from the Oilers. They did make a big announcement today, though. Their rookie game against the Calgary Flames is coming back.
You gotta love that cloak and dagger by the organization. It's like you guys might have been looking for something, and this is exactly what it was, our rookie game. I have to ask you, did you buy into any of the Lauren McDavid Instagram story posts from yesterday as well?
No, not really. I mean, it's so hard right now, and this is such a weird contract negotiation to try read into anything, simply because Connor McDavid's going to be given a blank check from the organization. Whatever Connor wants, they'll give it to him. And listen, I think there's been a lot of behind the scenes signs with the stuff him and Lauren do with Lauren's businesses in Edmonton. That's why I'm not, as an Oilers fan, I'm not rattled by anything that goes on anywhere because I've always had the belief that this will get done. There's zero reason for it to not get done. And I think McDavid and his family's roots are in Edmonton, him and Lauren that being. So, yeah, I'm fine with everything.
I think you're absolutely right. Also, this is one of the many reasons why you actually are our favorite Oilers fan, dude. Because you aren't a sky is falling guy. You are the most look to the bright side guy I've ever met when it comes to the Oilers. And Chris, if you're unaware, I do believe it was yesterday, Lauren had on her Instagram story some photo of a dinner, and she was like, last time Connor cooked for me was 8 years ago. And all these Oilers fans were on Twitter being like, Lauren McDavid is talking about 8 years. It's the day before, or it's 1 day before the anniversary of Leon's contract. This means an 8-year contract is coming. People were losing their mind.
I thought, Dan, it was going to be like a Last Supper. She was like, this is actually the last time I will ever think about us having dinner together as an Edmonton Oiler. And now we're signing somewhere else. It could have gone that way.
Well, there's another theory that people were running with, and I had some fun with it on my show today. Her and Celeste, Leon's now wife, posted that they had matching friendship rings that they got for each other. And people were like, this means they're staying together forever. And I was like, the theory was thrown around or did they have the emotional heart-to-heart that they're separating, and the friendship rings are to keep them together. Anyways, we're fully in the loony bin here in Edmonton, and it's a little embarrassing.
Dude, Ty, you know those, it's like Sky Mall or whatever, like the magazines in an airplane. They sell these lamps that you can connect to your Wi-Fi that like if you touch the lamp, if I touch the lamp in my bedroom, the one in yours lights up and it's like your friend is thinking of you like across the country. Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh fuck. Yeah. When we see the receipt that those have been purchased, he's gone. That's when we'll know something bad's happening.
Well, man, we're hearing. I mean, there's so much chatter about this, and obviously in Oilers Nation, what else could possibly be the most intense topic of discussion? The thing that is on everybody's mind is this extension, when it's going to get done, and I'm sure you're hearing a million things. It's also one of these things that it's like, I feel like this is the most, lock and key contract situation that exists in the NHL right now. We have been hearing it's going to be something along the lines of 4 years, 16 mil. What are you hearing? What are you hoping for as an Oilers diehard who has a good grasp on the inner workings of not this organization, but hockey, how salary caps work, how team structure works? Like, what do you want?
Listen, 4 makes a lot of sense. And following the logic of that, too, is like, yeah, he would sign this contract for 4 years. He'd be a free agent again at, I believe, 33 years old. So when he's 33 years old and the cap's gone up a whole bunch, he gets to sign one final big, long 7-year ticket. And there you go. He's kind of like maximized his earnings at every step. I think a 6-year deal would also make a ton of sense for Connor McDavid. I think committing to the organization a little bit more would send like a solid message and it would quiet any amount of noise. I know there's kind of one of the prevailing thoughts is, he's going to sign for 4 years, not so much to maximize his earnings because Connor McDavid's going to make more than enough money in his lifetime to not have to worry about stuff like that, but because it puts pressure on the organization. And the reason I've always kind of pushed back on that line of thinking is there's always pressure on the organization as long as he's here. And if you were to ever get to a point, let's say he signs for 6 years, it's $102 million, it's $17 million a season. Let's say in year 4, things have gone really bad and like they're not looking like a playoff team. At any point, what I'm saying is Connor McDavid can walk into Stan Bowman's office, knock on the door and say, I'm out. And just like how in this contract negotiation, he gets to write a number and a year, he gets to write on a piece of paper and the Oilers will basically honor it to a T. He can walk into that office at any point in the next 4 to 6 years if things don't go well, or if they do go well and he wins a Stanley Cup or two and he goes, I'm ready for something new. He can walk in and say, trade me there. And they will trade him to wherever he wants to go. So the idea that a short-term deal puts more pressure on the front office, I don't fully buy that because I think there's always pressure. There's pressure on all 32 teams to win every year.
Ty, real quick, is that what you mean by pressure on the front office? Like the 4-year deal puts pressure on them because it's like, you better win while I'm here. Okay, yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Right, and then it's, the idea that, then he'd be a free agent at 33, and that's maybe where he'd feel more comfortable to start not ring chasing, but looking somewhere else, and maybe by that point, year 15 of his career, he'd accept that he can't win in Edmonton. I mean, there's so many different ways you can go about this. I also think, 4 years, I do think that's most likely. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a side of McDavid that goes, I don't want to hear the chatter. Like everything we hear about him as a person is that he doesn't like the noise. It's why he doesn't do a lot of media. He doesn't want to be a distraction. He talked about that last week in Calgary. Like he doesn't want to be having to answer questions about his future. I think signing a 6-year deal, I think it just quiets down a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting because, I've been banging the drum of, and I know you're going to hate to hear this, I've been saying he should sign a 1-year deal. Sign a 1-year deal. If you do want to have that, put the pressure on, make the organization prove it. But I also think you're right in that he doesn't necessarily need that. He just wants everyone to leave him the fuck alone so he can play hockey. But while obviously 6 from the media standpoint is better, if he signs 4, people will talk about it for a couple weeks, then they'll shut the fuck up. End of the day, 4 years is 4 years. Like that is a long time now in the future. It takes him into his 30s. It's got plenty of time for the Oilers with this core. So 4 years, I think, satisfies both him. It satisfies the franchise. And ultimately, it will satisfy the fans and the media. Because, you could try to make a story out of that for a couple of weeks. But at the end of the day, 4 years is a long time, man. Like that is a good deal.
Yeah, and again, whether it's 4 or 6, if the Oilers don't get a goalie at the trade deadline, if they lose in round 2, anything that happens, the conversation every offseason will go back to, they got to keep Connor happy. They got to keep trying to win with Connor McDavid. So that's a good point. Whether it's 4 or 6, those conversations are the exact same. So again, I don't know. I think there is still a lot up in the air. I take Jeff Jackson at his word when he kind of says, like, we don't know where he's at with this. When Connor kind of says, like, he hasn't really thought about it all that much, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but, like, I honestly kind of believe that. I do still think there are a bunch of options still out there because I don't think they've really thought about the options all that much.
Yeah.
Ty, as an Oilers fan, and like put your fan hat on for a second. Yep, thank you so much.
Got it.
How does it sound to you, or I guess, like, does it bum you out when he goes, I'm still thinking, I have a lot to think about? Like, obviously you wish it was, no, I'm signing with the Oilers for 8 more years. Like, this isn't even a fucking conversation. And maybe it isn't. Maybe he's just, like, wanted to relax over the summer. But, like, as an Oilers fan, are you like, God damn it, dude, just fucking re-sign?
And, like, yes, I would have loved for him to come out in Calgary and be like, I'm signing, we're going to get it done. And I'm sure if he did that, his phone would ring the second it ended, and it'd be Judd, his agent, being like, hey, man, what the fuck did you just say? You said for sure you're signing? Like, you just killed, again, no negotiating power, but I'm sure his agent wouldn't have loved that. Like, he did say he wants to win in Edmonton. He said he doesn't want to be a distraction. Like, I did think there was a little bit of the media outside of Edmonton who really drilled down hard on a couple of quotes that can be spun as anti-Edmonton while not totally looking at the quotes that could be spun as pro-Edmonton. Like, he said he wants to win in Edmonton. I firmly believe that. And you know what? If he didn't want to win in Edmonton, probably would have left a couple of years ago. He might have not even let it get to this point because there were moments where it was like, all right, they lost in round 2 to the Golden Knights. Are they ever going to get over the hump? Like, he could have left a lot longer ago. And I also think there's stuff behind the scenes, like Jeff Jackson going from being his agent, who he's known since he was a teenager, to taking over the team. Jeff Jackson would have had, an intimate understanding of how Connor McDavid views his career playing out, having been his agent for that long. Does Jeff Jackson put his hand up and be like, I'm going to go run the Edmonton Oilers, if he knows in the back of his head, I also kind of know Connor doesn't really want to be here all that bad? Does Leon sign for 8 years? Do him and his wife buy the amount of real estate that they have in Edmonton over the last number of years and start the bars and the businesses and buy the apartments? Like, I don't think you do that if in the back of your mind you're like, 2 years and I'm gonna
yeah, I'm out. And you're so, well, it's funny, it's a double-edged sword, because what I just suggested, we basically saw Sam Bennett do, right? And a few of these guys, and obviously easier coming off a win, but like Sam Bennett was like, yeah, I'm coming back and I'll take a discount. And his agent called and was like, hey, moron, why did you do that? But he was like, because I don't care and I am coming back. So both sides are right. And obviously, to be very clear, I'm with you on your entire analysis of the situation. But I think if, like, let's say you're right, Ty, and he goes, buddy, I told Leon to sign. Jeff's running the team. I own 1,000 bars. I'm obviously saying, if that's in his brain,
Lauren has a full-on franchise in this city at this point.
Like she does.
Then I'm like, just say it, dude. Just go like this. Yo, 8 more years, baby. Like, whatever. Like, yeah. I think it just would have fired up the fan base so much.
Yeah, it would have. I also and to compare it to the Bennett thing, maybe if McDavid was 35 beers deep at whatever bar at Greta in Edmonton after the Oilers win the cup, maybe it's easier for Connor
to be like, dude, at the pint. We got to say the pint,
right?
Yeah.
Connor stone cold sober in Calgary on August 28th, sitting next to Sam Reinhart. It's kind of hard to be like, let's go Edmonton.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's just not the kind of guy he is, right? But
correct.
That's another reason why I didn't walk away from that press conference really feeling more pulled in any direction, because it's like those were the most Connor McDavid answers ever. Yes. It was middle of the road, like blah.
Exactly. I frankly, I hate those press conferences. I think when there's a player who's up for extension or is a free agent, it's criminal when they have to do this shit, because unless there is a contract with ink dry, pen has been to paper, they're never going to say anything. And it's so annoying when people take all of these different sentences, little lines and little remarks and spin them however they want. It drives me absolutely nuts. And I want to say, I am on record again, that I think that 4x16 type structure is what we're going to see. I think it's going to happen before the end of this month. I do not think we'll hit October without him having a contract. That said, just for conversation purposes, at what point do you, as a fan, as a reasonable fan too, start getting a little nervous if he doesn't have an extension?
Yeah, is there a calendar date?
Like, if we get to like December and there's no extension, are you like, Jesus fucking Christ?
if we get to puck drop October 8th and there's no deal, I'm sitting there going, oh shit. Like, he was serious. He does want to see how the year plays out. They better go get a goalie. They better be aggressive at the deadline. They better not go 1-5 in October like they do every year, because then the noise is going to get noisier. Like, it puts a unique conversation, and it just kind of drops it every 2 weeks in the season where, like, if he's not signed by October 8th, then when it's November 15th and the Oilers are inevitably 4-8, it'll be like, are you going to have to trade him if you're out of the playoffs? And when it gets to January, it'll be like, how hard will the Oilers go? Because now they have to walk this unique balance of loading up for McDavid, but recognizing maybe you can't trade all your futures. What if McDavid leaves? Like, it really just puts a weird wrinkle on the whole year, which is why I'm choosing to believe that won't happen.
Yeah, and Ty, to your point, when you said earlier that Connor doesn't like this type of stuff, he doesn't like noise. If he doesn't sign by puck drop, that is him being
creating
open.
Noise. Yeah.
No, Chris, I disagree. Not creating noise. It's him accepting the noise because he is so certain that he wants to see how things play out, and that would be terrifying.
Yeah, like and this is why maybe this is like a good little reminder to Connor of how annoying this can be as he watches hundreds of articles get written about his future and all this. Like, Connor, this is my plea to him. If you don't sign by the start of the season, what do you think your media scrum, your first game in Toronto, is going to be like? The whole fucking city will be there. Like, it'll be a disaster. Like, you don't want that in Toronto and LA. And it'd be a disaster. Connor, just sign the deal.
Ty, we can be terrorists right now. We can do this together. We can team up every single week. We can release some outrageous clip about him not signing, so he eventually sees it so much that he's like, fuck this, and signs a deal. This is how we do it. This is our gift
That's how we get him.
to the city of Edmonton. It's like, we're going to get him to sign just by knocking his door down.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing too, like from a pure content perspective, I don't want to have to listen to 31 other fan bases put together their trade proposals. There was the one guy, Liam and I were laughing about today. There was like a fan in Tampa Bay who has like a podcast, and he was like, now, would I include Braden Point in the Connor McDavid trade? Well, I think I would. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're thinking about that one? Like, really debating hard if that's the right move for you to make? I can't do a year of that.
Yeah,
Dude,
that will drive you guys insane.
It's so true, Ty. Dan and I have a really good buddy. His name's Ben. He's a basketball guy, but he had an epiphany where he was like, dude, I need to stop wasting my time clicking on articles on ESPN that are like, what if this trade? Like, I'll read the reaction to trades. I'll spend my sports fandom time talking about things that have happened, but I can't do the like, what if with this crazy thing that I made up happened? And that is going to go in hyperdrive about this if we continue.
The amount of Boston fans last year who spent the entirety of their August talking about what it looks like with Leon Draisaitl on the team, I was like, guys, they're not getting Leon Draisaitl. Stop. It's insane.
Yeah, and again, Edmonton is Edmonton. I'm born and raised here. I'll never leave here. I stand by that. But like, this is also probably a different conversation if McDavid is playing in an LA or somewhere that's deemed more of a destination, right? Like, I do understand that it is easier for outsiders to view this scenario differently or have it in their head that like, oh, he doesn't want to play there because it's Edmonton. Like, I get that. So that is another unique wrinkle to all this is it's a small northern Canadian market. I think if you're a casual hockey fan, you sit there and go like, oh, it would make sense for the best player in the sport to leave there. Almost like Giannis with Milwaukee. He eventually went back, but like all of that made so much sense where it's like, oh, this megastar wants to go be a megastar in New York or LA. He doesn't want to keep living in Milwaukee. But I do think there's a certain type of mentality in these athletes of they want to win. That's why Giannis stayed where he was at, whether or not that was the right call. And that's why I think Connor will stay here. And the other thing, too, is I always think Connor McDavid's been very, like, legacy aware. I think, like, he knows he's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame. He knows he's one of the best ever. But is there as much, clout's a poor word to use, but is there as much juice if he wins a Stanley Cup in wherever you want to, out in LA, where they've had Stanley Cups in the last 10 years and all that? Or does he feel the pressure inside and be like, no, I'm going to be the guy that captained a Canadian team. Like, that's going to be my legacy. And I even think going back to like his days in junior, when he got drafted by Erie, everyone was like, he's forcing his way out. He will be in London. He'll be in Peterborough. He'll go to one of those big franchises who will develop him right. And he kind of sat there and was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm drafted where I'm drafted. I'm going there. And I think, again, he's never wanted to come off as someone who's going to pick and choose where he goes and have that whole kind of aura about him.
That's a great call, dude. I love that.
I love that. I like that take a lot.
I have two big picture questions for you. First one, we can go 4, but even 8, like, is obviously would be ideal if he's like, I'm here, dude.
He's not signing an 8-year deal. I'm telling you that right now. He's not signing an 8-year
really
deal.
The max.
Why though?
Money
later.
I think Tyler's right. It's like it's bad business. Him signing an 8-year deal with this Edmonton team right now is bad business. It is.
Okay, so he signs a 6-year max, whatever. He comes in at 17 or he's 16, but like if he comes in at that number, obviously he can write a blank check, and he has earned that. But is there any part of you that's like looking at his deal and the Draisaitl deal and the Bouchard deal, and you're like, fuck, dude, like the problem is we can't build a fucking team, and now what are we supposed to fucking do? Like, talk me through that a little bit in your mind as an Oilers analyst. You can put the analyst hat back on.
Perfect. I think that's why you saw the organization make the moves that they did, not just this summer, but last summer, where they go and trade for a Matt Savoy and move out Ryan McLeod. It was a really good, useful bottom 6 guy. And they go trade for Isaac Howard, who can jump into the lineup presumably early on this season. And they went and got these cheaper guys because they're recognizing that really the next 3 years, they're pretty cap strapped. Maybe it's only 2 years, but like they are tight for money. The nice part about Leon Draisaitl at 8x14 is already one of the better value contracts in the NHL. Like, imagine how that thing's going to look in 5 years when the cap is $20 million higher. So I think the reason they went a little bit younger in some areas is because they recognize they need good, cheap players right now to bridge this gap. And then, whether it's 2 or 3 years from now, all right, suddenly having 3 guys signed for what would be $40 million, it doesn't sound quite as bad when the cap's 120, right? So I think they recognized they needed to start injecting some youth into this thing. For one, the perspective of getting cheaper, but then there's also the angle of like, how many more good years do Hyman and Nugent Hopkins have left in them? Matthias Ekholm, that's a big, big question mark. Like, they need to start being able to, again, point to Connor McDavid and be like, we have a plan to be competitive next year, the year after, and 4 or 5 years down the line as well. Like, I think that was part of the sell job here, is going to be part of the sell job to McDavid to hopefully sign for more than 4 years.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but just another one of these talking points. What have you heard of the rumblings of the little dust-up that went on in the locker room after Game 6 when Florida clinched, as well as on the plane coming home? Because there's been little rumors here and there floating around. Maybe Connor got a little bit frustrated. And I want to know, allegedly, if that's true, whatever happened, do you chalk that up to just, listen, this is a guy who's ultra competitive and he wants to win? Or do you look at it as a guy who's maybe getting towards the end of his patience with this group?
I just think the whole vibe around losing the second time is so much different. And I think, that first run when they lost in 7 games, everything about it was just like, it happened fast. They were, they eliminate Dallas in 6, and that was like a real stunner in the moment. And then they lose in 7, and like, it was almost
after being down 3-0, dude. Like, it was crazy. Yeah.
Those scenes from the locker room were almost like disbelief. Like, we just lost a 1-goal game in Game 7. Oh my God, everything we just did for the last few months is over. Then you get back a second time. You lose in 6. It's almost like you're further away. Florida just beats the shit out of you in Game 6. Like, that game, I think that's important in the context too. Mm-hmm. That game wasn't even close.
5-2 at home.
Yeah.
Like, you got pummeled at home in Game 5, then pummeled in Game 6. It's like, fuck me.
If Connor McDavid is going to be really pissed off in the 48 to 72 hours after getting shit stomped twice to end your season, with the knowledge of how hard it is to get back there because you just did it 2 years, I think that's fair. And I don't think is it a sign that he's running out of patience? I don't know, because I also think Connor McDavid, like, he's a smart guy. He can look around the league. Like, how many teams, if you were to go to them, present a better chance of getting back? Like, I think, again, you could talk about, he could go to Colorado. I don't think he'd ever want to do that and do like a super team thing. Like, he could go to Dallas. Yeah, I mean, I guess he could go to Dallas, but like, I don't know. I think Connor McDavid, when the dust settles, recognizes that him and Leon Draisaitl together is pretty special and presents a really good opportunity. I don't know. I think any frustration in the moment, I think his teammates forgive him for that, and I don't think it's some like long-term sign that Connor's like, we're never going to get this done. We have a bad group.
Yeah, I'm with that. And I'll ask you to get in his head now, Ty, which I know you can't obviously do, but just if the What do you think you guys need to do besides, and maybe the answer is just win a cup, but besides win a cup in this like next 4 years, let's call it, if he signs that's like, I'll re-sign again because I support what's happening here.
Yeah, I think if they were to win, that obviously does a lot, because then the conversation with Connor is like, do you want to be a one jersey guy like Sid was, right? And or does he sit there and go, hey, I did my job here, and like I am gonna go do the homecoming, or I am gonna go play in New York and be on Broadway, all that stuff. I don't know, like it's just they're cup or bust every year, so it's hard to outline. Like if they don't have a cup in 4 years, but Ike Howard is scoring 40 goals and Matt Savoy's this great two-way player, does Connor stay? Like I don't know. I really do think it's cup or bust, and that needs to be the organization's mentality. And again, to your point of McDavid's frustration, and even to what he said the other day, like his main number one priority is winning a cup in Edmonton. I don't think he cares about anything else. I think he just wants to win, and that's why, again, the next 4 years, you just have to win. Like it's such a lame answer. I know. I can't go into any other detail, but like you just have to win,
dude. Especially like you said, because we've been joking about the Kings against you guys, where it's like that first year was 7, and then it was 6, and it was 5, and then this year was almost even worse, being up to, like, it just feels like they're regressing, and I can see that attitude for Connor. Like if all those players develop, like you just said, and you have a great season, but then you get clipped in the Western Conference Finals by like a revamped Vegas or something on like in a vacuum, that's a good season. You're like, damn. But that being the 3rd year in a row of like 2 cup losses, and in that you're like, I'm going to fucking blow my brains out, So it's really hard, the standard that's been set the last 2 years.
And I like the standard that's been set. That's a beautiful way to put it, because you're right. If they put up 120 points in the regular season and lose in the cup final again, they're yelling. They're going to be yelling at each other on planes. Like unless there's a Stanley Cup on that plane, they're yelling at each other on the last flight home.
Yeah. No, I did love what he said. It was like in his immediate press conference, he was like, I think someone asked him to compare it, and he said something like, last year was utter devastation. It was like our hearts got ripped out, and now I'm just kind of pissed. And I think that that's an appropriate reaction. Is there anyone and any trade that could possibly happen that wouldn't make you jump off a bridge?
Dude, Dan, this is my last question. I'm so glad you just asked this. If I know it's sacrilegious to even ask you, Ty, but if he had
here's one for you, Ty. People think there needs to be a switch up. They go 1 for 1, McKinnon for McDavid.
Yeah, Colorado's got to add to that.
Yeah, correct. By the way,
I thought you were going a totally different angle with that. I thought you were going to say you get Matthews back in a deal with Toronto, but even then, like
that,
what else?
Dude? Toronto would have to do Matthews and Nylander for that to make sense.
Oh yeah, like it would be, and that's where it's so hard to like wrap your head around, because like I mean, since Gretzky, you could say we've never seen a trade like that. How many pieces is it? How many first? The complicated part right now to think about that is that it would be like happening in season, where like who can even make the cap gymnastics on either side work? It would be a disaster. But if we're talking like 2 years from now, and McDavid's in the middle of this extension or early on in this extension, and he goes like, hand up, I want out. I think if you're Edmonton and you have Leon Draisaitl under contract for at that point it'd be 6 more years. The only way you come out looking okay is either if you also trade Draisaitl and say we're going to stink for a long time, or you get a superstar back for McDavid, which is what it would take, which grossly cuts down the amount of teams that'd be interested. And also, obviously, Connor would have a full no move. Like, it would depend on how does Connor go, I'll go to any one of these 3 teams, or does he say, I'm out and you're trading me to Toronto, and the Oilers have to go to Toronto and negotiate with basically both hands tied behind their backs? Like, it's such a hard
honest to
road
God.
to walk down.
Honest to God, I don't think Connor McDavid ever plays for another team based on everything you just said. Like unless he plays this full season and then becomes a UFA and just signs somewhere else, I do not see it happening, because trading him would just be too complicated. It's impossible. Like there's no return that any team could do that would be willing to do that would work from the optic standpoint and from the money standpoint. I just literally don't think it's possible.
I agree with you, and that's why you see the hypotheticals and all of that. And I sit here in Edmonton and I'm like, all this noise, like it just wouldn't make sense. Like when I hear people being like, oh, he would go to Chicago. It's like, so what? Connor McDavid, after doing all this shit the last 10, 11 years in Edmonton, would be like, you know what? Start the process again in Chicago. Like, why? How?
Why?
Like,
Why would you ever?
He's not obsessed with like going to a big market and in being on red carpets and expanding his role outside of hockey. Like, he is a hockey robot. You know, the joke that he was made in a lab. Like, he just wants to win a Stanley Cup.
Yep.
And if he has, and whatever, like, little in his heart, he wants to win it with Leon Draisaitl too. I think that's probably a part of it.
I agree.
So, like, you put those two pieces together, and I think those are 1 and 2 on his list. Why would he leave Edmonton?
I think like light will appear from the heavens and he'll ascend. Like when they win the cup, when the buzzer.
I think
ends,
he
the
might
cup
die.
will disappear. Yeah.
I think he might die. I think he might like raise the cup above his head and then pass it off to Leon, and then he'll just like slowly skate to, it'll be like a cat when a cat leaves a house and they just go off and die in the woods. He will hand that cup to Leon and just skate off, and people will be like, where did Connor go? And we'll never see him again.
Feel the dreams, Dan. Like into the tunnel, away into the court.
Walks into the tunnel and he disappears. It's unbelievable.
Now I got the image of Connor handing the cup to Leon in my head, and it's
There goes your whole afternoon.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. You can't
Ty,
stand up, dude. You can't stand up.
This, if he walked as a free agent, which he's never ever going to do, but if he did, give me the jersey that you could live with the most. That, like, you turn on the NHL season start of next year and Connor McDavid's wearing this jersey, and you're like, or whatever.
Sick and twisted. It might be Toronto, because then it'd just be
on, Tyler.
I need to hate him. If he's leaving, I need to hate him. And like,
wow.
It's way easier to hate him if he's in a Toronto jersey.
That's
Like
actually
if he
a
was like, I'm
phenomenal
going
answer.
to New York, I'd be like, God, I don't give a fuck about the Rangers. Like, sure, Connor, go play for the Rangers.
Yeah.
If you went to Toronto, it's so much easier to throw the Toronto Raptors fan of me to Vince Carter. Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
You go to Toronto and you never win a cup. That's what you deserve. But I don't want to
That's
get
an awesome
awesome.
answer.
Okay. Which would you hate more, him going to Toronto or him going to LA?
In division would be so shitty. But like if he goes to Toronto, there's like probably a majority of the hockey world that might hate him. Like it wouldn't just be Edmonton.
yes.
If he goes to LA, I don't know how many casual hockey fans hate him. He goes to Toronto, I think every Canadian fan outside that doesn't wear blue and white hates him.
Yeah, I think that's
100%
true.
correct.
And I do think a lot of casuals, if he went to LA, would buy into the hype of King's Ransom Part 2. They'd be like, this is so cool. Connor's in Hollywood, blah, 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 blah. So I think you're right. The Leafs would probably be the worst.
Toronto's a
I
nightmare.
hope Connor never hears me say any of what
We
I
will
just
not,
said.
but none of that is
Well,
happening.
it's really funny. We just put the greatest image ever in Tyler's head and then the worst image ever in Tyler's head. So we're just trying to level you out.
Okay, Ty, last thing. So I know you got to go. Give me the date. Predict it right now so we can clip this forever.
Yeah, wait, let's all do this. Let's all predict the date.
Okay, hold on. Date, year, and term. I'll go first. You guys can think because you're better. You're both better at this than me. Give me. Hold on. Let me pull up a calendar because the day of the week matters.
Yeah, I know. I'm humming and hawing between a Monday or a Friday.
Give me.
I got it. I got mine.
September 19th. 6 years at. No. Yeah, 6 years, 16.5.
Okay, I'm going this coming Sunday.
Holy shit.
9/7.
Oh, Dan, nice. Really nice, Dan. Fuck.
This coming Sunday, 9/7, 4 years, 16 flat.
I will go September 15th, 6 years, $17 million a year for $102 million.
God,
Wow.
that's good, dude.
All right.
Can't
All
wait.
right. We'll check in, boys. We'll check in on who. This Sunday will be quick for me if it doesn't
Yeah,
go.
hell yeah. Yeah, Dan's out fast, or you're a genius. Ty, tell everyone where they can find you everywhere before you.
Yes.
Oilers Nation YouTube, Daily Faceoff YouTube, doing a ton of league-wide stuff over at Daily Faceoff. Always a ton of fun there. I'm going to have a new co-host with me, and he is a former NHLer, so we're excited to announce that in the next week. And then, Oilers Nation Every Day goes live every weekday, 12 o'clock Mountain Time. Got a ton of great weekly guests, daily guests, I should say, lined up for next season. So we're ready to roll. Hopefully it's another long season of talking about a good hockey team.
Come on, dude. That's awesome. Hey, when that announcement goes live, hit us up. We'll post that with you.
Beautiful. Thanks, boys.
God, that was fun. Love that from Ty. Love that from us. What a sick convo. Some interesting talking points up in Oil Nation, Dan.
Listen, I'm not saying they should be freaked out. They shouldn't. But it's fun to freak out. It's not.
Yeah.
That is going to be it for us this week at the Empty Netters podcast. Beautiful stuff, as always. We've got a really, really fun, really, really awesome guest coming for you next Tuesday. Another Stanley Cup champion in many, many ways. Might have a few of them. Gonna want to listen to this one. He's a beauty, as they all are. We can't wait to see you guys next week. Have an amazing weekend. And until we see you next time, you know what to do.
Skate hard.